From Forex Traders Daily, this is your daily analysis with Ross Mullins, live from Richmond, Virginia.
Hello everyone, this is today's video analysis for June 13th, 2017. Today we're going to be taking a look at the USDCHF, the US dollar, versus the Swiss franc for today's trade analysis. First off, we're looking here at the daily time frame. That's important for us to realize that this is a longer term view of the currency pair. In the past several weeks, we have seen this currency pair in a downtrend from the top of the black trend line all the way up into the 1.0100 level, down to the bottom of the chart into the 9600 level. So a significant free fall here for this currency pair over the past several weeks. Now, we have a couple of things that could change this. Of course, we've already seen the market pressure off of the support down into the low 96s and pushing back now into the mid to upper 96s. That's the first thing. We see the market pushing through, of course, the black trend line. That's another clue that we may be seeing a little bit of a shift in momentum, or the beginning shifts of momentum as it pushes back through the trend line and pressures higher a bit. Of course, we have significant news over the next few days. We have FOMC coming up here on Wednesday of this week, where the potential is that the Fed decides to raise interest rates. That would be typically a good boost or a positive move for the US dollar, and in that case this would go higher. We also have the S&P later on this week as well. That could cause some volatility for this pair. So as we look at this, then we know that there's some potential volatility. We should always be using appropriate risk strategies, but I think there are some clues and evidences that we can look at today that could lead us to believe that momentum may be beginning to shift from this downtrend, the black trend line. Let's go ahead and zoom it in a little bit more. And as you can see, there's the black trend line again. It is representing the downtrend that the currency pair has been in, but we're above there. We also note here, and I'm going to zoom it in one more time, the support on the left of the blue zone, the resistance under the blue zone on the right. So right around this black box, support on the left, resistance on the right. We're back above that blue shaded area. Again, that blue zone is 96.75, 96.60. So as long as it sits on top of that blue zone, just like it did over here, the potential is for us to look for support. And the only real reason to expect it to continue to go back down towards the pink zone at the bottom is it must break through that blue shaded area. So the blue zone is our barrier today, for the intraday today. As long as it's above there, the potential is it holds above there, just like it did yesterday, by the way, and maybe even turns back towards the yellow zone, or a break of the yellow zone. We look for reversal of the trend. On the other side of this, if it gets back underneath 96.60 in the blue shaded area, a challenge back down towards the pink shaded area. So the first thing we saw was the break of the black trend line. The second thing we see is the break of the blue shaded area. We have an open and close above it and a dip back down to it. So if we're looking for low risk and high reward for our trade today, it makes more sense in this case to look for a low risk opportunity to go long into the blue zone, target back to the yellow zone or higher, especially if we do get that raise of interest rates out of the US coming up from the Fed tomorrow. We could see a significant rally here for this currency pair back into higher levels. If we don't see it, of course, the market, if the Fed surprises us and the market is surprised by a no change, we could see this significantly sell off, breaking through the pink zone and lower. So at least at this point, we're at the bottom of the trend. Low risk, high reward tells us it's better to buy than it is to go short until we see a significant rally. Even at this point, if you were considering going short, it needs to be at the yellow zone or under the blue zone. So for the day, I'm looking for little bounce buys off of the blue shaded area. We've already seen the open and close above it. Take it down to the 4-hour time frame, and you can see the market sitting down here into that blue shaded area yesterday, bouncing up. Now we're sitting there again. Again, I think as long as it stays above that blue zone, kind of like what it did down here at the pink zone, staying inside the pink zone, we look for those little bounces back up again. The only reason and the risk in this trade to believe it's going to go lower is a breakthrough 96.60 today for the dollar franc.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.